What is going on, everybody? Nolan and Stevo back here with Quake Makers Pod. We've got some exciting stuff to talk about today, Stevo, and in an ever-changing landscape, a crazy year in the NFL, I want to go through our top 12 wide receivers to own the rest of the season.
It's been a crazy season. I think there's a lot of things to look back on from the preseason about the consensus rankings, and a lot of it has been wrong. So we're going to go over who we see as the wide receivers, the best wide receivers in the NFL going forward for fantasy purposes.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's so hard to predict. You don't know who's going to get injured, what team is just not going to perform, who's going to lose their entire offensive line. There's so many external factors that you have no chance of seeing. Stevo and I just went through and we each solely ranked our top 12 wide receivers that own the rest of the season and then put together a little consensus list averaging out our rankings. And it's not what you'd expect. Do you have anything else to say on that, Stevo?
Yeah, you guys might think that some of these are hot takes, but in reality, you got to look at team situations and how players are functioning within offenses, and then kind of go from there as far as your rankings, because you're trying to generate fantasy points, and a lot of times some of your favorite players, say favorite wide receivers, might not be producing because they're in a bad situation. So these are our rankings. You might find them hot takes, like I said, but I think this is how it's gonna go.
All right, absolutely. So Steve and I are gonna throw out our rankings, and we're gonna go 12 down to 1, and then at the end we'll reveal what the consensus rankings are, 12 through 1, and yeah. So if you want to just skip ahead to last minute, you can find those consensus rankings, or if you want to hear all of our data and thoughts to back it up, you just stick with us along the way.
Let's go.
All right, let's do it. So my 12th best receiver to own the rest of the season is Drake London. Wide receiver 1 on his team. Huge body. I mean, just really good when you put the ball in his hands. The reason I have him at 12 and not higher is that it's deemed kind of difficult to get the ball to his hands with the quarterback play there. When they have plus matchups, he will dominate. When it's a tougher matchup with the shadow corner, with not the most accurate quarterback, it'll be a little harder to get the ball to him. So love Drake London the rest of the season, but I have him at 12.
I like that a lot. And I have Garrett Wilson at number 12. The only reason why he's not higher for me on this list is because of the Jets offense. Now, you might argue that since they're down in most games that they are going to be throwing the ball, especially in the second half, to catch up. Garrett Wilson is the main beneficiary of that. I think that Garrett Wilson will still have some games where he'll have sub 10 points, and that's just a prediction of mine. So I'm just going to leave him right at 12. I think it's still a safe spot to have him. He's a mega talent superstar. Yeah, I mean, I think he's just a consistent option that you can have at number 12. All right, and I think that, we should go down to number 11 here, Nolan.
Let's do it. So, number 11, I've got Ted McMillan, wide receiver 1 for the Carolina Panthers. Very similar situation, very similar body type, very similar play style to Drake London in Ted McMillan. I have Ted being slightly more athletic than Drake, a little faster, jumps a little higher. But the target share for Ted has been there. In every game, Ted is getting, to around that 10 target marker. So I like Tet the rest of the season. He hasn't found the end zone yet, but I think that if they just start getting him the ball in open space, his athleticism can make that happen. So this is more a projection of what I think will come the rest of the season compared to what I've seen so far. And what I've seen so far is a guy who is the wide receiver 1 on his team in his first 5 weeks in the NFL. So I only see him getting better from here.
Yeah. And to feed off of that, I have Tet right at 13, right outside this list. And like you said, he hasn't had a touchdown yet. So if you are in the market of trading, if your league likes to trade around, you might be able to get Tet because there's a high likelihood that he starts scoring touchdowns here eventually, right? He's seeing 10, 15 targets, a lot in the red zone. I mean, he's a big body guy, a Mike Evans type, right? He's going to get those red zone targets. So I really like Tet right there.
Absolutely.
All right.
That's a great point.
And I went with Drake London, who you have at 12, and it's kind of for that same reason. He's just that big body guy. But, Michael Penix, I'm a little bit worried about him in that offense, but they might be able to turn around. They just did some changing of the offensive coordinator position, so there might be a little bit of – and then Darnell Mooney is getting healthier, so he might open some things up for Drake London. He might not, or he might be able to see more open space in the field. So, but yeah, I think he's a safe play. I mean, preseason we had him like top 5, so I still think that he could lead the league in targets, and you got to have him in the top 12 for that reason.
I think that's a great point, Steve-O, where Tet and Drake, like, I honestly almost feel like I'm too low on them compared to like where I had them in the preseason, and they're both so good, but it both boils down to that poor QB play, where I think Bryce maybe is like 0.05% better than Penix based on what I've seen.
Yeah, the 1-1 by the way, 2023 NFL draft.
Right? Oh my gosh. Still so sad. But then, yeah, I think I just have Tet just higher just because, like you said, Darnell Mooney coming back into play and Bijan getting those catches as well just kind of eats into that target share. I hope to like see the sky's the limit for Drake London rest of the season. That'd be awesome because I have him almost everywhere.
Yeah. I like it.
All right. Let's check out number 10. Not what you're expecting to see here, is it? I've got Justin Jefferson as my 10th ranked receiver rest of the season. We saw a great week last week in Pittsburgh in one of the European games early in the morning. Carson Wentz has been slinging the rock the last 2 weeks, and JJ has benefited from that. I would like to have JJ higher because JJ is so good. But the other JJ, McCarthy, is going to be coming back to the helm in 2 short weeks, and things were not pretty when he was quarterbacking this team. So I actually like Jefferson better rest of the season if like we had a guarantee that Carson Wentz was throwing the ball. But once it goes back to McCarthy, it brings him down in my rankings for me.
Yeah, I like that. I think one of the biggest surprises this season is how bad JJ McCarthy is. Considering the Vikings traded away Sam Darnold for him, and he's played good quarter.
1 quarter of football well.
Yeah. And if you look at his mechanics and you're watching the game, I mean, he's eyeing his guy down. He's like using his whole body to throw the ball. It's a little scary over there. Justin Jefferson obviously is a mega talent, like you said, but Jordan Addison's coming back. So I don't mind this. I do think this is slightly a hot take here just because of his raw talent. And maybe J.J. McCarthy turns it around one day. But as of right now, I don't think this is a bad take.
Absolutely. And this is not, don't trade Justin Jefferson for, people higher on this list in a dynasty league. If
not
you
like
want to do it in redraft, I would trade him for any of the players above him in redraft, but in dynasty, heck no.
Yeah.
You still have to look at him as the wide receiver 2 in dynasty.
I'm with you. And right here at number 4, I have Arom Odunze. This is a guy that I was extremely high on all offseason. Like, this is my boy. And it all comes down to Ben Johnson, man. I kind of had a feeling he would be able to unlock the number 1 overall pick in Caleb Williams. And, like, I don't even think we've seen his ceiling yet as far as his accuracy and his comfort in the pocket and being able to go through his reads. Like, Ben Johnson offenses are very complicated, and I think that Caleb Williams is still learning through that. And it's already obvious that Rome is getting schemed all over the field on all 3 levels. And I just think that he's going to keep this going. I think there's going to be a couple of games where Caleb Williams collapses and has, it's just classic Bear stuff. And Rome's going to he's going to have a couple bad games. So that's why I have him here. At what number are we at? At number 10. And so, but yeah, I like Rome up this high, especially in Dynasty. Huge on Rome. Shane Waldron ruined him last season.
Yeah. He is the new Afro Ninja, man. Afro Rome is a beast.
Dude, preseason, when that interview came out with, what's her name? He had that big afro. I sent Nolan a screenshot, and I was like, he's coming. Like, you can't wear this afro and not be about it.
It's crazy how just, like, a hairstyle changed my opinion of him so much.
The aura, dude.
The aura changed.
In the aura era.
He might be real this year.
All right, let's move on down to number 9, man.
Yeah, spoiler alert, Rome did not make it in my top 12. He's at 13 in my rankings, so you won't be seeing him on my side of the rankings, but love him for the rest of the year. He finds the end zone, and Caleb throws the ball 40 times a game, and they're going to lose all the time. So, love that for game script. Number 9, Steve, why don't you lead us off with your 9th overall receiver?
Yeah, I'll lead us off because the name under Nolan is a wild one here at number 9, but I'll go Nico Collins. Nico Collins saw some life last game was from a good game with CJ Stroud. I am definitely worried about that offensive line and the offense in general, but I still think that C.J. Stroud is a more than capable quarterback, and I think a lot of people are panicking a little too soon on Nico Collins. I mean, he's a world-renowned talent, and he is the sole beneficiary of that offense. They don't really have anyone else to throw to. So if you have any prediction of C.J. Stroud having a decent season, Nico Collins will be right there with him. So I like Nico Collins right here. Now, I'd like to hear your opinion on who you have here at the 9 spot, Nolan.
Yeah, so none other than Jamar Chase, who, believe it or not, is the wide receiver 9 right now in fantasy football. So very excited about Joe Flacco coming into Cleveland. He is better talent-wise than Jake Browning, who is just awful, who is throwing the ball 5 yards down the field on average. Like, it's just low value targets.
He's very bad.
He's very bad. And the offensive line is even worse. So I think that, I'm very excited for Flacco to come in, and I do think he'll be better than Browning. And I think with Browning at the helm, I don't even know if Jamar Chase would be in my top 12 rest of the year. But with Flacco, yeah, I've got him at the 9 spot, but the offensive line is still going to be bad. So, I'm trying to control my hopes. But Flacco is a better passer. He'll throw the ball down the field. He's not scared. And that's, the most annoying thing about Jake Browning was that he played scared. He didn't want to just, throw dangerous passes, so he just threw little 3-yard dumps,
which is crazy, because if you're a backup quarterback, what do you have to lose?
Take a risk.
You already got
Take
your
a risk. Keep your
you
job,
already got
dude.
your little launch. You have Jamar Chase out there and T. Higgins out there,
Yep. Dude,
Yosivas.
Yeah, dude, Yosivas was his favorite target.
He ate, bro. Come trade for him in Dynasty. All right, well, I like the hot take here with Jamar Chase. He's like you said, he's number 9 so far this season. So you're basically predicting that he doesn't go up or down, and there's other guys that might surpass him.
Basically, and so Jamar Chase is the wide receiver 9 because of 2 games out of 5. Right, he had a week against Jacksonville where he had 14 catches, 160 yards, 2 touchdowns, and then he did nothing in the following 2 weeks, where he had 5 for 50, 5 for 23. He had a fumble in there. In week 1, he caught 2 for 20. And then last week, he caught 6 for 110 and 2 touchdowns. So he's going to have games where he blows up with Flacco. And then there's going to be games where he's not going to be able to do anything, especially when they play a good defense. And so they're going up against Green Bay this coming week. I'm projecting a down week for him with... Yeah, I mean, Flacco's going to get destroyed.
It's interesting that you have Chase. We'll actually move on. I'll bring this up when it comes to Chase with me.
Okay. Yeah.
But, all right, that's where we're at through number 9.
Chase is lower on my list because of the boom bust. It's not going to be... I would rather have 18 points every single week than get 4 one week or another week and then 30 the next,
Yeah. Especially going into the playoffs. Fantasy football playoffs.
Consistency factors in a lot into my rankings. Because I'm someone who really likes consistency on my team. I'd like my fantasy team to score 160 points every week.
I like it.
I want to go undefeated. But let's move on.
All right,
Next,
here number 8.
Since I've got Nico here, I'll dive in first.
Yeah.
Nico Collins, same points as Stevo. He's got a good quarterback in C.J. Stroud. CJ was bad first few weeks of the season. The offensive line didn't seem to know what they were doing. It's gotten better week by week. I remember the game against the Titans, Jeffrey Simmons, I think recorded the fastest sack of all time in NFL history, where he was just unblocked, jumped the snap, read it perfectly, and sacked CJ Stroud within 0.5 seconds. It was insane. But it was harder to get to Stroud this past week. Stroud was throwing balls on target, which he was throwing a lot of uncatchable passes the first few weeks. But overall, Texans are a middle of the pack team. They're going to be having to pass the ball to stay in the game. And Nico is, locked in, number 1 target, gets high value targets to deep down the field because CJ can sling it. And he's going to be a little more consistent than Jamar Chase the rest of the year. So I'm really excited for Nico.
Yeah, one thing I like that. One thing I didn't mention about Nico Collins is they don't have a run game. It's Nick Chubb and Woody Marks. Woody Marks is great, but they didn't use him last game.
It's matchup dependent.
Right.
When they're playing a weak defense, yeah, Woody Marks and Nick Chubb, they can break off some
But
big
Nico
runs,
is like
but,
the guy in the offense. Like,
yeah,
he is the
right.
superstar. In
They'll
the
also
offense.
have games where they'll average 2.1 yards per carry,
Yeah.
and they have to throw the ball to stay alive.
Yeah, I like
They
that.
honestly, they have to throw the ball every game to stay alive.
They do. I mean, the with how quickly defenses are getting to Stroud too, they're just gonna. I think that Nico might get more short, intermediate targets too in the coming weeks. I mean, they just got to figure out how to get him the ball.
I hope so.
But here
Let's
at
talk about your guy.
here at number 8, I have Mr. Forgotten Rashee Rice. I think it's time. People have forgotten how talented this guy is, and also how important he is to maybe the greatest quarterback of all time. Some may say. I mean, if you're not looking at accolades yet, not looking at Super Bowls, some would say that Patrick Mahomes is the greatest guy to ever touch a pigskin. And Rashee Rice is gonna be the engine that keeps this offense going. And Mahomes has been doing it this year without him. So I think that this offense has a potential to be explosive with Rashee Rice. And he gets a lot of like yak opportunities where he's getting the ball in the flat, or he's getting the ball on these short slants, and he just does work after the catch. And that's a PPR cheat code. I mean, he did it back when he did it, right? Beginning of last year, he was looking to break fantasy football records. For me, I have to have him in my top 10. We just haven't seen it yet, so that's why he's this low. And there's other guys who are balling out who I have higher up in the rankings.
Tyquan Thornton, baby.
Tyquan Thornton, dude. Yo, I mean, his player prop overs were so cash
every week, dude.
Yeah. But, okay, word. Let's go down to number 7, Nolan. Let's rock
7.
with it.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
love Rashi there, and I've got more to say about him very soon.
Yeah.
Look at that. Stevo and I are on the same page. Emeka Egbuka.
Great minds think alike right there.
Number 7. Let's both just say some nice things about Emeka Egbuka.
Yeah, let's do it at the same time. Let's just start talking at the same time. Emeka.
Yeah, let's talk at the same time. Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Emeka Egbuka was someone that I was very high on.
He's so good.
Dude,
He's
the guy's a fucking
too.
baller, bro.
He's so freaking good. Dynasty rankings, he's locked in a top 5 dynasty receiver for me. Because, like, you saw the stat where he's the first receiver ever to have 25 receptions, 400 yards, and 5 touchdowns in his first 5 games in the NFL.
I mean, he's unbelievable.
No receivers ever.
It's unbelievable. I also saw the stats, the advanced metric sharps on Twitter. Hey, can we stop talking about, like, separation metrics and shit like that?
Dude, it
Pointless.
doesn't matter when your quarterback is Baker Mayfield.
And when you're a baller and you catch everything.
Separation? You think Baker Mayfield needs a wide open receiver?
And it's also
Baker is going to go out there and win fucking games.
Amon-Ra, I mean, guys like Amon-Ra, Egbuka, guys, they don't have like blazing speed. They just find the soft spots in the zones, and they are beating and they are hitting little like these separation metrics. Some of these advanced analytics or metrics are just they're a bit of a farce. Like they are true in what the metrics are, but I don't think they're great at. You can't draw conclusions about a player because he has a poor separation metric. If you sold Egbuka in Dynasty because you saw these metrics, I mean, you got to be crying now. But yeah, he's a baller. I can go on and on. We were big on him preseason. Baker loves him. Yeah. Baker's a baller.
And what I love about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is that it's a high-powered offense and not a good defense. Not a terrible defense. Not that bad of a defense where they're going to be out of the game and give up. But they've allowed 20 points, 19 points, 27 points, 31 points, and 35 points in their 5 games.
Yeah.
You know, they're allowing on average 25 points per game.
Tons of possessions. Tons of big plays.
Yeah,
tons of big plays, which shortens the field, which creates more plays in general. So, I mean, it's a high-powered offense.
They need to score 3 to 4 touchdowns a game if they want to win. And I don't think anybody in history wants to win more than Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, dude. The guy is yelling at fans.
I don't think anybody has more of a clutch gene in the NFL. Correct me if there's a better name, because I want to talk about that if there is. But Baker Mayfield might be the most clutch player, resembling that of like a peak Matthew Stafford, where it's just like pure dog. Doesn't care if he's injured. Mahomes too.
He's a
And
little bit more finesse, but like you
yeah,
get scared if Mahomes has 45 seconds left in the game, you're scared.
dude,
Just cause.
was that against the Texans on Monday night, week 2, when Baker like 4th and 15, and he runs it for 20 yards, lowers
Yeah,
the
dude.
shoulder into the defender. Like,
He falls, he's like holding his knee, gets back up, and like just starts barking. Like the
dude,
guy is a
he's
menace.
halfway falling to the ground, his eyes are closed, and he'll just throw the ball blindly. And a guy's that like
He's a menace.
awesome. He's
He's a
beautiful. Emeka is his number 1 receiver.
Yeah, I think
should have listened to
even when
Baker
Mike
more.
Evans comes back, I think Egbuka is going to lead the team in targets now.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
he
mean,
will. He will.
he will. Godwin saw a lot of targets his first game back. I think this is worth noting because some people are like, "Oh, what if when Godwin comes back? What if when Mike Evans comes back?" It's like, guys, these are 2 extremely injury-prone dudes,
They're
and
also
Godwin's
old.
inefficient now.
Like they're old for the NFL.
Yeah,
And
Godwin had 3 ankle surgeries this summer. That's a lot. That's like I don't know. He's not going to be the same. He just as a human being, it's hard to sustain
and
that sort of
Evans has a
athleticism.
deep tissue hamstring injury.
Yeah,
which
as
is
he always
like,
as he always has, or at least the last like 4 or 5 years.
yeah, that's not fun. You think
I
you can
love
run
Mike
full
Evans.
speed with that? Like, yeah, love Mike Evans. One of the best receivers of all time, certified Hall of Famer.
Yeah. This is not a knock
But
on him. It's just I think
Igbuka,
it's a passing of the
talk
torch
us,
moment.
Talk us in 5 weeks, and we might have Igbuka even higher.
Yeah, yeah. I like it, dude.
So good. We gonna move on?
Yeah,
You want to say any more nice things?
I could. We can go on for hours.
we could do.
I got a good
Yeah.
in my main dynasty
Wanna make
league.
it
So,
Um,
all right,
number
right here.
6.
I'll go ahead and
Yeah.
rip it so that we can give you the hot take here.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Justin Jefferson here at number 6 in my rankings. We talked about Justin Jefferson earlier, where Nolan had him at 10, which I think is honestly fair given his situation. I think I'm just crediting his talent to hold up somehow. I think that eventually, like, if the Vikings want to win football games, they're going to have to just figure out a way to get Justin Jefferson the ball. But as of right now, like, it doesn't look like that. So I'm not. It's like a gross spot for me to put Justin Jefferson at 6, which is a weird to say because he's like elite, premier, top 3 wide receiver talent wise, undisputed. But it's just his situation honestly has him at 6. Like I would otherwise, if he had a gunslinger, I mean he would be top 3 for me. But
In 2 weeks with Carson Wentz, he surpassed 120 yards both times, which that's awesome. And
But-
I totally love where you have him. I just can't do it because it's not going to be Carson
JJ
Wentz.
McCarthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad to see
It's sad.
Justin Jefferson kind of not on the tail end of his career, but kind of in his prime, have to deal with a quarterback situation like this. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think this is a relatively fair spot. I'd like to hear
I agree.
about who you have here at number 6, Nolan.
Yeah, so number 6, you have him at number 8, Rashee Rice. This is our last week without Rashee Rice, and then week 7, he's back.
I can't wait to hear what people have to say before, like the next week leading up to the Rashee Rice game. Everyone on YouTube is gonna be talking about Rashee Rice.
Yeah, it's
It's
I
inevitable.
almost feel like we could be too low for the performance that Rashee is going to put on the rest of the season. And my logic is this. If you look at every game the Chiefs have played this year, there has not been that like certified number 1 target. Mahomes has had to throw the ball around to Hollywood Brown, Worthy when he's there. He's extremely injury prone at his size.
Yep.
Kelsey is not what he used to be, and Kelsey's not their number 1 target. Like Mahomes wants it to be, but they're not on the same page.
Hey, don't forget about Juju Smith-Schuster, money.
Juju Smith-Schuster, Tyquan Thornton.
Player prop king.
But I think what really solidifies my emotion around Rashee was this most recent Jacksonville Jaguars game where they
Yeah. 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 Like Rashee would make one of those catches.
Rashee would have made that catch.
He's just going to be
Rashee would
such a
the
valuable
first-
asset to the Chiefs
Yeah.
that are going to be going for Super Bowl.
And this is not the the dominator Chiefs that we've seen in every year past with Patrick Mahomes. Like, this is a Chiefs team that is going to have to throw the ball to stay in the game. Their running game is, like, not working. They've got Kareem, Pacheco. I think Rashard Smith's going to take over, but, like, even then, it's not going to be that good. And their defense is... They just let the Jacksonville Jaguars score 31 points on them and beat them.
Which is wild. That was Trevor Lawrence's highest fantasy game in his career.
Really?
Yep.
2 rushing touchdowns. I mean, that'll do it. He did have, like, 60 yards on the ground and 2 touchdowns. Like,
right? He could have 3. He fumbled one.
Yeah, he could have.
Yeah.
He could have.
He fumbled one.
And he threw a pick at the goal line.
Yeah.
Early on in that game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's weird how that offense is, like, low-key cooking. That team is low-key cooking somehow. Like, they're 4-1.
Well, somehow, Liam Cohen.
Well, Cohen, yeah. And that run,
but yeah,
attack is great,
4-1.
But...
And the Chiefs are 2-3.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, they're gonna to go back to Rashid. They need him. They need
him. And he's so talented. He's gonna be the number 1 look in that offense. He's gonna be there in garbage time in the fourth quarter when they're trying to fight to win games.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Rashi. We're gonna see him on the opening drive of games. They're gonna throw it to him 2 to 3 times on that opening drive. Like,
bro, and think about how much time he's had to recover from his ACL.
Oh, it's not even a concern at all. Like,
it's had like 5 years to recover.
Great. He went and sat in jail and he's been doing push-ups and squats. He's so
listen to 50 Cent, like the guy.
He's ready. Yeah, dude. Listen to 50 Cent. He's hard now. He's
ready, dude.
Well rested. But yeah, very excited about Rashi rest of the season. With one of the best quarterbacks of all time throwing the ball, and he's the number 1 target. That's beautiful.
I like it a lot. All right, let's get down to number 5 here. I have Mr. Jamar Chase, who we talked about a little bit earlier. Nolan's a little bit lower on, but I don't think that's a bad take. I think, again, kind of with Justin Jefferson, I'm just rating Jamar Chase higher just purely based off talent. And the Bengals, eventually, I think, like, if they want to save face, like, Chase Brown's not doing anything. T. Higgins doesn't care. He's paid. Jamar Chase actually cares about his legacy. He's the type of dude, kind of like Neighbors, where he's like, give me the damn ball. And I think, did you see the clip of him on the sideline of Browning's second game? He was telling Coach to put him at quarterback. Like, he just wants the ball. And I think eventually they're just going to figure out ways to get him the ball. And, I'm not a believer. This is actually what I wanted to mention earlier. I think Joe Flacco has, like, maximum 3 games left in his NFL career. I think I watched that last Browns.
He's going to get killed behind this O-line?
Yes. Like, I watched that last Browns game. He was getting folded like a lawn chair. Like, he looked like he wanted to go home and read a book. Like, it was
against the Lions?
Yes, it was just it was not good.
That Lions D-line, like, after they sacked
they're relentless.
Lamar.
They'll kill you all game, dude. Like, that's the thing about the Lions.
7 times.
Yeah.
Like,
no, it's
I don't
impressive.
think anybody's ever done that.
I mean, they're gonna do it. Every team's gonna do it to the Bengals, and I don't believe in Joe Flacco. So the situation is very murky. I probably shouldn't have Chase this high, but again, he's the best talent wide receiver in the NFL, other than possibly Puka Nacua.
He is. He's so good. And I'm cool with where you have Jamar Chase, man. Like, and it's not like I'm bashing Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase. They're still wide receiver 1s. They're at 9 and 10. Like, that's super high value.
Yeah.
Like, we can't all have the wide receiver 1. We can't all have the wide receiver 2.
All of these guys can have a 30-point week. All of them.
Yeah.
You know. But okay, I want to hear what you have at number 5 here.
Yeah, mine is, no brainer. CeeDee Lamb, super good. Talent-wise, top 3 receiver in the NFL. Sure thing. He's got the injury. He's coming back in about 2 weeks. Dak has been absolutely on fire this year. In CeeDee's absence, Jake Ferguson has been annihilating. George Pickens has been amazing. I think George Pickens is a top 5 wide receiver in the NFL right now, like fantasy-wise.
Yeah, I think he went 18, 30-something, 17. So he's been very solid.
Pickens is a wide receiver 6 right now. So when CeeDee Lamb's back, it's just I don't even need to back it up. It's CeeDee Lamb. It's going to be good. Dak has looked good this year. The team has looked better than we expected from them. It's actually, that is one prediction that we got 100% right. That The defense is so bad,
So bad.
but their offense is good. They are going to throw the ball a ton.
I didn't know
They're gonna
Javonte
score a
Williams would be
bunch of
decent.
points.
I didn't know Javonte would have a second win
I
here.
Ante has been saving some of my dynasty teams because you could get him in the 14th, 15th round, and I was Cowboys running back one. Anyways, wide receivers. Love CeeDee Lamb the rest of the season. He's going to be so good. Just survive 1 or 2 more weeks, and he'll be back in your lineup as a locked-in starter rest of the season.
Yeah. He's a guy like Rasheed Rice. He's coming. All right, who we got at number 4? Okay, this is an interesting spot here. So I'll go ahead and start this one again. I have Jackson Smith and Jigba. If you watched the Bucks versus Seahawks game last week, talk about fireworks. My goodness,
Fireworks.
Ohio's
So fun.
the Ohio State. My goodness.
2 quarterbacks who have completely reshaped their brand in the last 2 years.
Beautiful game.
Everybody gave up on them, and now they're some of the best pocket passers you've ever seen.
Dude, they had the throwback jerseys on. You had Baker. You had Baker cursing out a fan, dude. Yeah, it was
trading off fucking 50-yard bombs.
And then you had Ibuka and JSN who were roommates in college, just going after it, catching everything,
cinema. Absolutely.
Cinema. I'm almost getting goosebumps. I mean, Jason catches everything, and have you seen interviews with Garrett Wilson or Terry McLaurin, Olave talking about who's the best receiver at Ohio State? They all say JSN because, bro, they say that he would make catches in practice.
He's jiggy with it,
dude. They say that he's the most natural catcher of the ball they've ever seen, and it shows on tape. It almost seems like there's a magnet that goes in his hands. But the reason why he's so high up in these rankings is because of his talent, but because Sam Darnold is honestly so good. He's good at football, and he's launching that thing. We thought it was going to be a run-heavy offense, and it still incorporates the run with Ken Walker and his explosive plays, and then Sharp near the goal line. But, I mean, it's an air raid with JSN. He has the highest yards per route run, I believe. I mean, I got to have him in the top 5, and I have him at 4 right.
You know what a beautiful statistic is about Jackson Smith and Jigba? He's had 43 targets this year, and he's caught 34 of them.
And they're all deep, bro.
That's an insane clip. Yeah, he's averaging 15 yards per catch.
Yeah, dude. It's insane.
He's averaging 12 and a half yards per target, and he's averaging 9 targets a game.
It's his 4th or 5th game with a new quarterback, too. It looks like they've been playing together for years. It's two nerdy dudes. Sam Darnold's a nerdy dude, and Jason's a nerdy dude. I don't know. Dynasty too. Oh, we can just go on and on. But I want to hear what you have here at number 4, because this is an extremely interesting one here.
Yeah, I mean, who would have thought? Who would have thought? I was somebody who didn't even have this player on my draft board in the preseason because I was so against this Jets offense. And I'm here to eat crow. Garrett Wilson, you are as talented as I ever thought you were, and it's finally paying off. You are the highest target share receiver in the NFL. You are getting 35% of your team's passing targets. You catch them, and then you do amazing things with them. Yep. Garrett Wilson, you are beautiful. You were there in garbage time to catch touchdowns. You were there to stanky leg past defenders, fight upfield for the extra yards. You're amazing. Yep. You're the wide receiver 5 in the NFL right now.
Yes.
And he's caught garbage time touchdowns in 4 out of 5 games this season. The Jets are so bad. And they are going to lose every game. And Garrett Wilson is going to be there in the 4th quarter of every game to fight to get them back in it. And that is the best thing for fantasy. Barring injury, Garrett Wilson, you are going to be a gem for the rest of the season. Because we've seen 5 weeks in a row, 5 losses for the Jets, 5 fourth quarters where you just get every target. Mason Taylor's taking some from you, but you were better.
I was about to throw in a little dynasty perspective. Mason Taylor.
Yeah, dude, Mason Taylor, dynasty gem.
Bro, undersized guy.
They literally have 2 people.
He's a wide receiver.
Mason Taylor and Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, to add on to this, I mean, a big reason why he's so high up in your rankings is because of the game scripts that the Jets are in. I mean, if you play DFS, Justin Fields, Garrett Wilson is a must roster every week because
CD and Garrett Wilson are gonna have the exact same game scripts every week. And CD is, I mean, not far and away more talented. He's a little more talent, like a more crispy route runner, but Garrett Wilson's like right behind him.
I think Dak is
In terms of like
significantly
pure
better in
talent, like
fields,
Garrett
though.
Wilson catches everything. Garrett Wilson's ability to like his balance, like keeping the feet in bounds and leaning yards out of bounds to get a ball, like
It's
he's like a
Darwinism,
ballerina.
dude. It's Darwinism. I mean,
He's a
he's
ballerina.
had to catch these terrible throws. He's like a Terry
The
McLaurin.
reason I have him above CD is because CD has Jake Ferguson and has George Pickens to take some of those targets away. So Garrett Wilson is just going to command a larger target share than CD.
Yeah.
And targets matter. They
Yeah.
translate to fantasy points. I don't think it's going to be that different. Like, if you want CD more than G Will, absolutely. I could, depending on my attitude one day, I could flip these guys. But G Will, locked and loaded. I love him rest of the season.
I like it. I like it. All right, let's
All
get
right.
down into our top three here. Who do we have? And then right there, you see the guy that Nolan was just talking about, CeeDee Lamb. Kind of same exact thing that you were saying. Highly of CD. I think the main positive thing to say about CD is Dak Prescott looks good. I think this is the best year Dak has ever had. And they're in these hyper negative game scripts. I mean, their defense is atrocious, right? And the NFC East is gettable. They're going to be in these games where they're going to be fighting for it. Like, and I mean, it's in Dallas. Like, the stars are, the bright lights are on him. I think CeeDee Lamb is going to come back. I mean, the two games that he played, he had over 100 yards in both, like easy. And he's just been out with an ankle, and I think they're playing it safe with him because I mean because George Pickens has been a great replacement along with Jake Ferguson, of course. But CD's going to come back in and be the superstar that he is.
Yeah, no quarrels there. I've got Amon-Ra St. Brown, just another guy that catches every pass that comes his way, does good things with it.
So good.
Like, he's been amazing this season. I was worried about Ben Johnson leaving town. Doesn't matter.
I was
They're a
too,
great
dude.
offensive team. Jared Goff is a confident quarterback. Definitely more confident than Justin Fields, more confident than Dak Prescott. And just like their play calling, their creativity is beautiful. Amon-Ra I've never seen him drop a pass ever. So yeah,
The Selly with the butt shake was a little crazy. It's a little crazy, but
yeah, he's got that same dog energy.
He does.
that Jamar Chase has. Where like, if you don't give him the ball,
he's locked
you're not
in,
going to hear the end of it. He's going to be mad. You're not going to be his friend anymore.
He's trying to have a legacy.
And Jared Goff is not in the business of losing friendships, and he's probably afraid of Amon-Ra.
Right. And Goff's very solid. He is so into that system. So
Super solid. Some people put Goff in that same category as Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield, where it's like they had given up on him. I don't think that like people had as widely given up on Goff as they did Baker and Sam.
he just wasn't good in the playoffs.
LA gave up on him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Goff's never been good in the playoffs, and that's always been his thing. But
Yeah,
and he
Detroit
wasn't good.
scooped
He
it.
blew it
Yeah.
last year too, though.
Yeah.
All right, and then I'm gonna continue to talk about Mr. Amon-Ra St. Brown here with my number 2 wide receiver rest of season. To go along with what Nolan just said, I mean, he is just a dog. I watch his podcast sometimes because it's pretty funny. Like the one with David Montgomery was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You should watch that. Like, you really
Love
get to understand that these guys are all good personalities, and honestly, like a good personality is a buy in fantasy football because you know that these guys are really locked into like creating a legacy for themselves. And Amon-Ra St. Brown is the centerpiece of this beautiful offense. Like they have a hard time getting Jameson Williams the ball because it's just so efficient, so good. Amon-Ra sits at the top of that. He's currently the number 2 wide receiver, and I just think that he's going to keep that up the rest of the way.
Yeah. I totally agree.
Yeah.
And then I've got JSN here. All the points that you've said, all the nice things that I've said about Garrett Wilson and Emeka Egbuka, they all apply to this guy.
Yeah.
He's catching more than 75% of his targets. Like, that's crazy. And
I would have I like hope JSN is the number 1 receiver this year. Like I love him. I'm a huge fan.
yeah. I love Ohio State receivers, man. That is wide receiver university. Thought it was LSU for a while, but it is
BCJ has put a
far
big
away.
smear, bro. And then Jamar Chase
know.
is suffering, and Justin, and Burrow.
Yeah.
What is going on with LSU right now?
Yeah,
I didn't even think about that.
It's the OSU takeover. I mean, back in like the Jarvis Landry, Odell Beckham days. Like,
It's funny because like Garrett Wilson, like kind of was meh value before the season. Like Marvin Harrison was meh. Like Olave was meh. Terry
yeah,
McLaurin
that's
meh.
crazy. Marvin
And now
Harrison's
they're
the
all
worst.
now they're all
He's
kind
the
of
worst
moving.
receiver to come out of OSU
Yeah,
in a long time. But he's getting his groove back. I mean, I hope one day to see a guy like
Fine.
Marvin Harrison on this list. I'm
Yeah.
excited for that third-year breakout next season.
I agree. If Quentin Johnson can do it, Marvin Harrison can do it.
Yeah. Guys, big surprise here at number one. Who do you think it's gonna be?
Puka.
Puka Nacua.
I mean,
Do we need to say anything?
Bro.
Do we need to?
the question is like, who's the next Puka? That's what everyone's trying to find. Who's the next Puka? Is it Ekbuka? Is it
Is it
JSN?
I mean, I think the reason I have JSN at 2 is because I think
He could
the
be it.
next possible person it could be is JSN. But it's like nobody is getting the amount of targets Puka gets.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
14, 15, 15, 12.
That's what Devontae Adams, who's like my goat on the squad,
Dude.
you know?
Through 5 weeks, the boy has 52 receptions, 588 yards, and 3 total touchdowns.
That's wild.
Averaging over 100 yards a game, averaging 10 catches a game, averaging over half a touchdown. He's averaging like 23, 24 points a game
It makes me
in
sick.
PPR formats.
It makes me
It's
sick that I was worried
beautiful.
about. It makes me sick that I was worried preseason about Puka, just because of his situation, and I forget to realize that Matt Stafford's one of the greatest to ever do it.
Yeah.
You know, and
He's also getting rushing work. I mean,
Yeah, dude.
it's one carry a game, but like we saw in week 2, he bust that open for 40 yards and a touchdown. Like he's so good. He's a machine.
he is the guy.
A bad week for Puka is 8 catches for 70 yards.
That's a terrible game.
That's a terrible game for Puka Nacua.
Yeah.
He's got one of the best quarterbacks of all time throwing it to him. He's got one of the smartest coaches of all time, like offensively, on his team.
He's the number one receiver right now. I don't think he has a touchdown.
He
Or he has
got
that
2
rushing
touchdowns
touchdown, right?
this year. He's got a rushing and he's got 2 catches.
The past 2 weeks. Okay.
Yeah, past 2 weeks.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
his
look
lowest,
at his numbers when he
his
when he
worst
scores a
game
touchdown.
this season. His worst game this season is 11 catches for 112 yards and no touchdowns.
Yeah, that's ridiculousness.
Insane. He is beating Cooper Kupp's legendary season pace right now. So, yeah,
Wow.
that's exciting. With the same quarterback and with the same coach. That is our expectation. Is the Cooper Kupp's 2021 season or 2019 season, whatever it was.
And Puka's such a consensus one because the Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson situations, right? Like
Exactly.
next
Like
up
if we had a
guy.
healthy Joe Burrow, then it would be a conversation.
Yeah.
But it's not even a conversation. It's like everybody's fighting for that wide receiver too.
Right. And I think Amon-Ra St. Brown or Amon-Ra doesn't have enough yak ability, and then JSN could do it, but he's just not there yet. And then, yeah, I mean, it's just Puka. I mean, CD could
Alright.
get up there, but I like
Yeah.
it, dude.
So we did the math, and these are our consensus top 12 receivers rest of the season. So coming in at 12, we have Rome Odunze, finds the end zone, number 1 target on the team, athletic, fast. 11, Drake London, big body, end zone finder, large target share, Nico Collins. Same thing said about Drake. High value targets down the field. Justin Jefferson at 9.
Talent.
Nothing more to be said there. Garrett Wilson at 8. Stevo and I had huge discrepancy. Like Stevo
Yeah.
had Garrett Wilson at 12. I had him at 4. He's a locked-in wide receiver 1. Great guy to have on your team rest of the season. Meke Buka at 7. Jamar Chase is 6. Rashi Rice at 5. CeeDee Lamb at 4. JSN at 3. RSB at 2. And Puka at 1.
And I think these are your solidified rest of season rankings for wide receiver position.
I love these rankings. Some people may call us crazy for having Rashi in the top 5 without seeing a game played yet this season.
We don't need to see a game. They're wearing his T-shirt out on the
Yeah.
field, week 3.
It's kind of crazy the way math works.
Yeah.
That Rashi is our number 5 when neither of us have him in the top 5. But we didn't invent math, guys.
I think that was because Garrett Wilson was up in there, but I like Rashee Rice right behind CD. Screw it, I like his situation of Patrick Mahomes throwing in the ball more than Jamar Chase. With Joe Flacco / whatever quarterback comes in after Joe Flacco retires mid Packers game, like at halftime he might retire.
Hey, short hands, good coach, great quarterback, already taken losses. They've got to win every game the rest of the season.
Yep.
They're going to fight to win every game the rest of the season.
And we have CD. We both consensus have CD and JSN and Amon-Ra and Puka all jumping over the Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson. I think that's like the biggest takeaway.
I think,
that's
preseason.
That's
it
was Chase.
Best 4 receivers to own.
Right. It was like preseason. It was like Chase, Puka, or Chase. It was Chase, Jefferson. Pretty much consensus 1-2. And so the biggest change is Puka being a consensus 1, and then you have some new fellas like JSN starting to get up in there. CD, old reliable, but the Cowboys look hyper efficient. Negative game scripts. Dak looks good. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Lions did not take a step back.
We lost Malik Neighbors.
Yeah, Neighbors would be in here.
That threw a wrench in things.
Yeah, super sad.
Honestly, it may have made it a little easier on us. It would have been so hard to kind of predict him rest of the season with Dart.
It would have been, yeah. God, I wish we could have just seen that one game with Dart. Just the first game. I mean,
I know.
It wasn't like Dart was throwing it down the field, but it would have just been cool to see Neighbors show some yak ability.
Well, that was awesome. For those that stuck around and hung out with us, thank you. We have fun talking about this stuff. You can find us on TikTok, Instagram. We've got a Discord. We need to get some people in there. We need to talk ball. But thanks for hanging out with us, guys, and we'll talk to you next time.
Yep.